My time. It's the only reason I'm asking you guys to calm down. So, good evening. I'm Eric McGoey, and I want to represent you and the great people of University-Rosedale as your Liberal MPP. I'm a campaigner. I understand how government works and why. If this riding can be won, I will win it. And I will use this platform to fight for our progressive values and for a renewed Ontario Liberal Party. I'm running for this nomination for 3 reasons. First, we need to build public and active transit infrastructure because we've got 100,000 people a year moving to the GTA and there isn't any more room for cars on our roads. Second, we need real policies that address issues of affordability for things like housing and childcare, so that our neighborhoods stay vibrant and diverse and our kids can afford to stay in the communities we love. Third, we need to invest in our public education system so that our kids have the skills they need for the jobs of the future. I know I'm not the only one who believes these things. I've spent the last 16 months meeting people like you at front doors and in your kitchens and living rooms. You told me that we cannot afford to go backward, that Doug Ford is a threat to our communities, yes, our values, and our kids. This election matters more to me than any election ever has, because we have 2 very stark choices. I want to work every single day to protect and grow the gains we've seen over the last 4 years. Higher minimum wage, more child care for our kids, and investments in transit and cycling infrastructure. But why me? Who am I? I'm a dad who, with my wife Amanda, is raising 2 young kids in downtown Toronto. And I want to make sure that our city remains as vibrant and culturally rich for them as it has been for us. I'm a campaigner who has helped progressive, liberal candidates win elections across this province for the last 15 years. And I understand how government works, having been a chief of staff to a cabinet minister at 2 different ministries and worked in both the private and public sectors. I am a champion of progressive politics. I believe in LGBTQ rights. I believe in a woman's right to choose. And I believe in our government's sex ed curriculum. And I'm not just a committed progressive. I'm a committed liberal who understands that this is going to be a tough election for us across the province. And I'm willing to put in the hard work of rebuilding our party regardless of the outcome of this election. To the dozens and dozens of volunteers who stepped up, gave us their time, effort, sweat, and hard work, many of you are here in the room today, thank you. You are awesome. But the person I need to thank the most is my wife, Amanda. Amanda, thank you for your patience, for your love, and your help. Thank you for taking Margaret to swimming lessons when I took Holden to coffee parties and dropped literature. Thank you for being the best health policy and campaign advisors a candidate could ever have, even when that candidate is your husband. Thank you for understanding that whether I win or lose tonight, I will keep fighting for the things that we believe in. To my volunteers, I want to say I'm sorry. Because if we win tonight, I'm going to ask you for even more. In University-Rosedale, the real battle begins tomorrow. And if I have the chance to put my name on a sign, we're going to knock on so many doors. We're going to identify so many votes. And we're going to persuade so many people that this campaign will go down in history. So, I'm excited for what's next. I have the energy, the enthusiasm, the passion, and the drive to win this election. I want to represent you at Queen's Park, and I hope I can count on your vote. Before I leave you, I just want to say this about the violence that has shaken our city this week. We cannot let this senseless act change how we live in the city that we love. Except, perhaps, this moment calls for us to be more kind to and more aware of all of the people we come across every day. That's what I pledge to do. So before you rush off to vote, take a moment to introduce yourself to the person sitting next to you. Maybe shake their hand and give them that pledge as well. Thank you.